Let's still stay with this story, and we are joined via Zoom for more insights by Salam Mustafa, the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party, as well as Rashid Tanko Computer, the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress. We'll start with Alhaji Mustafa. If you can hear me, welcome to Channel One Newsroom.
Thank you very much, Vivian.
Right.
I can hear you.
Great. So what were the major issues tabled at today's meeting when you met with the IGP?
Thank you very much, and good evening to all your viewers. Indeed, there was a meeting today at the invitation of the IGP to discuss security issues relative to the by-elections in Akwatia on the 12th, on the 2nd of September. And amongst the issues discussed, we raised our concerns, especially coming off the heels of Ablekumanov by-election, where we saw some acts of violence that still remain unresolved, outstanding. The police has not been able to effect arrest and prosecution. So if there's another by-election on a much bigger scale, we would have cause to worry that the police would not be able to keep security at its optimum best, as we noticed in Ablekuma North quite recently. So we have made these concerns very, very forcefully at the meeting, and the police service have given some assurances that they will work diligently to ensure that violence does not occur in Akwatia. But as a party, we cannot take the assurances from the police in its full glory, because they are yet to show that they will be fair in dealing with issues that surround political happenings in the country.
Right.
And rightfully so, the only way we can have confidence in the system is that we see fairness at play. I have said that the police service, their motto is in service with integrity. The service we can see, but the integrity we cannot. So for them to show that they have integrity, and the integrity is part of the service, then we should see fairness play. And that's what we are waiting to see. I mean,
Right.
We cannot get up and go empty-handed with our lives entrusted to people who cannot, give us assurance that they will be able to, protect us when we are under attack.
Sure. So from what
Now,
you're
Vivian,
saying, yes. Okay,
yes,
you land, then I come in. Yeah.
what makes it dire is the fact that we have videos that hopefully, when push comes to shove, we will show that when people were under attack, especially our Deputy National Organizer, Chris Lloyd, the police stood unconcerned, unbothered, and unreactive. When the young man was fighting for his life, being beaten by thugs who the NDC brought there. So when we see this, and these thugs are all they are all known and have been identified, yet the police are unable to arrest these people just because they are NDC affiliates. When you do this, when we see that the police is unconcerned, the police is unreactive, the police is unable to protect us, then you leave out with extremely no, option than to look for other sources of protection.
So what other sources of protection are you looking for on that day if you don't trust the state apparatus, which is supposed to provide ultimate protection for all of us? What other source of security do you feel will be better off than that of the state?
We will protect ourselves. We will defend
How would you
ourselves.
do that?
that remains to be seen. Because we have done that in the past, we are able to take care of ourselves, and when you are pushed to the wall, certainly you will bounce back.
Are you bringing
And
in
that is
private
where,
security, or you are arming yourselves?
well, I leave that to time as we all gear up, preparing to go to Akwatia. We are hoping that the police will be able to show, again, fairness. They'll be able to show that they have integrity. And when they do, they will earn our trust. But if they are not able to earn our trust, we will not entrust our lives into their hands. Okay. We cannot do that.
So if you
Once
say
beaten, twice shy.
fairness, they've gone to the table to assure you, which you say didn't really get to you. What action on the field on that day would you term as fairness that will make you sit at ease to trust the security?
Vivian, we are not asking for so much. We are just asking that arrest and prosecute the people who came to misbehave in Ablekumanov. That's all. We are not asking for so much. That will serve as deterrent for anyone who is coming there to misbehave. That when you do, the law will catch up with you. And I have seen the IGP, wanting to play a numbers game. We are going to put 5,000 men. The numbers are moot when the actors, don't, play ball. You understand? We have seen in Ablekumanov, the police just standing there watching Chris Lloyd being beaten. The numbers were there. It's not as if the numbers were not there. The police brought enough men and women at the elections ground. By the end of the day, it did not work. So we are not comforted by your numbers. No, your numbers come there and stand, and they have nothing to work with. Okay. They are just men and women dressed in fine uniform.
All right.
No arms, nothing to work with. So if they are just passers by, probably in the elections, they cannot provide security. And that is where we will take our destinies into our own hands. So it's not about 5,000 men and women that will provide security. It's about fairness. It's about being just. That would ensure that all of us, work with the police. But where we will come in empty-handed and, be beaten, no, we will not. No. That one, it cannot happen.
All right. Well, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you so much, Salam Mustafa. He's the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party. We'll still stay with that. We'll go to the NDC. We'll speak to Rashid Tanko Computer. He's the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the party. Mr. Tanko, thank you for joining us. Were you satisfied with the outcome of today's meeting with the police service? It appears your counterpart, the NPP, is not satisfied with the outcome.
Well, Vivian, let me say good evening to you and your cherished viewers. You see NPP and their posturing. I'm surprised at the rendition of my colleagues from the NPP. Even at the meeting today, we told them that, look, the Ghana Police Service that we have today is the same Ghana Police Service that was used for 2020 election. In fact, they even need to understand that the police service that was deployed for Ablekumanov, the 19, were the people recruited by the NPP. They recruited and trained them. They were just not the old type. They were the latest that was recruited. So the NDC, as a political party, we have not added even one recruit to the existing security architecture in Ghana. We haven't. And so if NPP today are saying that they don't have confidence in the state security, police, of which they recruited, and been telling us that they have to tool them and retool them, today, just one after 119 polling station election, they have lost confidence in them. Then something must be wrong with the way they recruited their police system. In any case, we have full confidence in the state security. We were with them at Kumawu by-election. We were with them at Asin North by-election. And we saw what happened at Ablekumanov. Ablekumanov was 19 polling stations. Only one polling station. And you see, my brothers and sisters in NPP, they must be clear to themselves. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. When you have a predetermined mind that I'm coming to do so and so, then expect a reprisal from your action. When my sister Hawa Kumsin went to the polling station with pepper spray in her back, what was she thinking? What was her thinking?
Well, she was protecting
or
herself.
What motive? Good. So that is why we're saying that you are expecting a reprisal. Because pepper spray is described as a dangerous weapon among the weapons that are not allowed during election process.
Okay.
If you look at the election security task force, it's one of the things they've listed, pepper spray. And so Hawa Kumsin, we are also insisting, should be arrested for holding and arming herself with dangerous weapon. That caused all this mess. So if you are saying that they should arrest those who be, then equally Hawa Kumsin should be arrested. Both, it takes two to tango. Because she was holding an illegal weapon. That caused all this. But Vivian, let me tell you, we are satisfied with the briefing that the security gave us today.
Okay.
They set up, they put out there. Clearly, it shows that they want to protect life and property at Akwatia. And as a political party, the NDC, we are ready to comply with all the processes they have put in place. We are not bringing any body outside to come and protect us. Because the security of the state is there. Why should we go and bring in other persons to come
my
and protect?
brother Tanko, you know that what you are saying is not true. You're lying. Myself and you
know. Salam, can I have my bite? You have your bite.
So Tanko, land with that point, and then Salam, you can come in.
We will go by the state security, and I'm sure now when you push them, they don't want to tell you where the state security is up to tax, and they will deal with anybody who comes
well,
there.
They say that during the Ablekuma North election, for example, most of the police officers stood by whilst some form of attacks were meted out onto their people. I mean, across board, there have been concerns over how the police reacted to some of the incidents we saw. Is that far-fetched for them to worry about that?
Vivian, go and play the footages. And you see that had it not because of the police, by now we would have been performing the funeral of Hawa Kumsin. Was it not the police who went and rescued her from the shackle when she started spraying the pepper spray on the face of the people? That led to her beating. The police came to her rescue. They should be thanking the Ghana police than rather chastising them for this. The police never stood aloof and allowed this thing to continue. Indeed, the police even went ahead to effect arrest. When we were with the police, the IGP today, he announced that this, by the close of the day, we were going to do more arrests. He announced it publicly to the hearing of all of us.
But hasn't it kept too long for the police service to arrest some of these perpetrators, especially because we saw a lot of them in the videos?
Oh, Vivian, that is why they are saying crimes doesn't have expiring date. Indeed, even our Deputy General Secretary made a statement, and today the NPP brought it over there, when he said former appointee of Nana Akufo-Addo administration who will appear at Akwatia will be arrested. They brought it there. The NPP brought it there and were crying foul over that statement. Of course, why do we arrest them? We're looking for them. Some of them have run into hiding.
But is that the place that you arrest them? Won't that cause other issues to arrest them during the election related to other issues?
Vivian, we are saying that when they appear in Akwatia, that would be a very good environment to arrest them, because now we can't get them. The security is looking for them to arrest. Some of them have gone into hiding. Then Akwatia by-election, they will move in there, and you think the state should not go and look for them and arrest them. They'll be arrested, of course. So those whose names have been penciled down to be arrested, when they appear in Akwatia, of course they'll be arrested.
Okay,
he didn't announce that the police are the people who are going to arrest them.
Right.
Gandhi never mentioned
my
that.
final question to the two of you, time is up. Aside the security issues and all that, 30 seconds each, what are the preparations to ensure that you win?
Of course, Vivian, I can assure you, we are well prepared. We have deployed our teams into the constituency. We are training our people. Tomorrow, we are going to police the printing of the ballot papers. We have trained our people adequately for that. And we are training our officers who will monitor and supervise the processes throughout to the election day. That is what I want my colleagues in NPP to also do. They should invest in training. Otherwise, their officers will be going about messing up at the polling stations, asking questions that will trigger problems.
Okay.
And it's just because our colleague who went there and was asking questions that triggered that violence, that led to all these things. If they had trained her well to understand the electoral process, we won't be who we are.
Okay.
Salam. And so
Salam.
they should invest in that.
Right. Thank you,
Yes,
Tanko. Salam, your final words. You have 30 seconds, please.
So let me put this rightly, you know, with into context. Okay, when we're going to Ablekumanov, there was preponderance of remarks from NDC people that they are going to beat us, they are going to retaliate. What happened in Ayawa, West Wogon, and so on and so forth. So there were such remarks, such commentary made by NDC people. And we saw it happen. And I can tell you, knowing the NDC, they are very dishonest. We cannot trust them when they say they are not going to bring people there. You go there and the Azoka boys will be there. I know these people. I know them. We have worked over the period, and I can tell you that the NDC will bring tax. Okay. That is why we will not just get up and go there empty-handed, because the IGP has said they are going to give security and so on and so forth. I am saying that if the IGP and the police and the security system, you know, do not effect arrest to ensure that the people who came to misbehave are put in check, then whatever is going to happen there, it is on their head, because we will not go there on the basis of mere words. Right. In terms of preparation, we are well prepared. I can assure you that we are preparing a very good surprise for our brothers in the NDC. Since they lack candor, they lack empathy, how they handled Ernest Yakumi, handed him to death. We will go there and tell the people. I was in the constituency and I led a massive walk over the weekend, and people came. In fact, their own NDC people are those supporting our candidate, King Solomon. All right. Solomon Kwame Esumedu. Most people in the constituency, look, NDC people all have rallied behind King Solomon, ready to vote for him to become the next MP for Akwatia. And by the grace of God, God will not blemish the memory of Ernest Yakumi by bringing a traitor like their candidate to come and be the MP there. It will not happen by the grace of God. All right. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. Salam Mustafa, National Youth Organizer of the NPP, as well as Rashid Tanko Computer, Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC. Meanwhile, the election